Sorry. Say your name and say your first name.
Okay, Crystal.
All right, Crystal. Go ahead and read the police report that you got from that felony stop they did on you on Saturday
It was the 5th.
Saturday the 5th.
Okay. It says this is a felony stop of a suspected stolen vehicle. It was determined during the stop that the plate had been misread. The felony stop was terminated and the situation was explained to the driver. I reported this call and the following information to Sergeant Sanderson. This case is closed.
So on that, they explained to you after they were they yelling at you to get out of the car, or
They were doing their, I guess it's like it's kind of like how you see it in the movies when they're yelling to turn off the car, keep your hands in the air, open the door, throw your keys out the window.
So they did all that to you.
They did all of it.
All right, and then on that part, it doesn't say that they were yelling at you on the report.
No.
Okay. If you want to go ahead and continue your report.
It says on 11/5/2017, while on patrol, I saw a black Jeep exit Murray Park onto State Street at approximately 3:30 a.m. I began following the vehicle southbound on State Street where I ran the plate E227YN. This plate returned to a red Mazda 3. I then pulled up to the NCIC, which showed the vehicle Mazda 3 was stolen. We turned west onto 53 South, where I got closer to the vehicle to confirm the plate I had, and the computer was the plate on the vehicle. Once again, I read E227YN.
All right, let me stop you there. So he read the plate and it came out to a Mazda. Is that what it's saying?
Mazda 3, yeah.
And when he was following you, was he far away from you or was he close to you?
No, he was close to me.
So he had a chance to
double check that.
double check the license plate.
Because like he says here, he was following me all the way up to 53. When we got onto the freeway, he was following me. He was really close. He says that he was being careful, but he wasn't, because me and my passenger clearly saw him following me.
Yeah.
So that should have given him enough time to double check the plate to make sure that it was the stolen one. It should have been enough time. That's like a 15-minute drive from where I had to drop off my friend to from where the Murray Park is at.
All right. He followed you on State Street, getting out of the park. Murray Park. And he followed you all the way down to Salt Lake.
To West Valley, exit 15C on Redwood.
So that is pretty much like a 15.
Yeah,
15
it was like a 15-minute drive.
15-minute drive. So you have a lot of time for him to check.
To double check and make
the
sure
plates.
that's
Yeah. All right. You should go ahead and continue your report.
It says, believing the Jeep had plates to a stolen vehicle on it, I notified dispatch of the vehicle and our location. At this time, we were entering the I-15 freeway northbound. Believing the vehicle I was following was in fact a stolen vehicle, or at the very least had stolen plates, I increased the distance between my patrol vehicle and the vehicle I was following to maximize officer safety until other units could arrive to back.
So did he really backed away from you?
He didn't. My passenger, right? I already told my lawyer that my passenger would be more than happy to write down what do you say, like
A statement?
It's a statement,
Uh-huh.
and he clearly says we clearly agree that the officer was not far from me. He was very on me. He really was.
So
And
he had a chance to read your plates
He had a chance to
many
read my
times.
plates. We were the only two people on the freeway at 3:30 a.m. and he was right behind me, really close.
Okay.
So he was not far, like he says, like officer safety. No.
So when they pulled you out, when they stopped you, when they pulled you out of the car, how many guns did you see pointing at you?
I saw 3.
3 guns pointing at
I
you?
especially saw that's how I saw the first one, and when I wanted to keep looking, he kept yelling at me to turn around. He kept telling me to turn around and to listen to his voice, that he would guide me to back towards him. And I turned this way and I kept asking what's going on. They wouldn't answer, so I turned the other way and I said, what's going on? Why am I being pulled over? Because I thought, okay, if you can't hear me this way, then let me turn this way. But they still were telling me to keep forward and that to have my hands in the air.
And how did you feel? Like,
I was scared.
What was going on through your mind at that point?
In my head, I was thinking like all this cop brutality is real, and people probably fail to realize that it is real. It's not something fake that's on the news. It's real. I was scared. I was like, if I get shot, who's gonna go home to my daughter? I have a daughter waiting for me at home. What's gonna happen if I don't get there for her? Like I don't even have my will done at this point. Now I'm gonna have to make sure I get it done.
Yeah. So does this make you feel a little different of police officers?
It does.
Yeah.
Not only has cop brutality already had changed my vision towards officers, but this makes it even worse. I don't even want to deal with an officer. I don't even want nothing to do with the police. You know, it's what they do is wrong. They fail to realize that a mistake like this can kill someone.
Right.
A mistake like this is gonna take someone's life, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, it was an accident. It wasn't on purpose." Like, but okay. But what are you gonna tell their family when you accidentally shot someone for a failing what you should have verified?
Right. So before you got taken out of the car, you said he was following you for a long time. So you had plenty of time to double check his plate.
Yes.
Double check the. Did he say that they read the plates back, or did he type in the plates wrong?
He didn't tell me, but because I heard him say something to the officer about he's gonna call me towards him, and when he called me towards him, it kind of felt like a game for a second, because he said, "Take 2 steps right, take 2 steps left, take a step back, take a step forward." It kind of felt like a game for a minute. I was like, okay, this feels like a joke, you know. And the officer called me towards him, and he was like, "Oh, you see," kind of like giggled about it, like, "Oh, it was an accident," like, you know, like, "Oh, my bad." No, like, it's not funny.
He said that.
He kind of said it like, yeah, it kind of felt like that. He was like, "Oh, you see, this is what happened. Like, your plate ran up as E22, like," and then he said, I messed up the last letter." And here in the beginning, he says that during the stop is when he realized it was wrong. So why was it necessary for them to call me out the way they did and still have a gun pointed to my face?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So he pretty much admitted to you that he
right then and there.
Yeah. And now was their body camera on?
Later on in this report, it says that he failed to initiate the body cam, and then he attempted it again, and it says right here, he attempted to activate it again, this time successfully, it had activated. That's something he should have done before he stopped me.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so it kind of, if I'm in your shoes, I think I would be scared to death too.
Oh yeah, especially if you have kids.
Yes.
That's what you think about, your kids. Like, what about my kids?
Right, yeah. How do you feel about Murray Police?
I don't like it. I don't even feel safe being here doing this in front of the station. I'm actually kind of like nervous about it.
Nervous, yeah. And then when you came in to get the police report and the camera and everything, what did they tell you?
They told me, so I went in because I needed to fill out a GRAMA report. I know I needed to do that. So she told me, no, you don't need to fill it out. She's like, "It's fine, I'll just give it to you." She printed it out. She told me it was gonna be $5, and I paid for it. And she told me, but before she gave it to me, she told me it needed to get approved by the sergeant. That he hadn't approved it yet.
He needed to approve what? For you to get the video cameras?
I don't know, not to get the video cameras, to get the report. He needed to approve the report, I guess, of what was on here. So it took about 30 minutes, and then she gave it to me.
Oh, all right. So you do want to go up there and fill up a GRAMA for a request for the video cameras and for the patrol and all that, see what they tell you?
So we can, and she'll probably tell us the same thing she told me that same day. She said, "Oh, you need to call this officer or this lieutenant to get it, and to file the complaint, I needed to call a different lieutenant." I called, no one answered. I called, no one answered. I called, no one answered.
So they don't have
they haven't given me anything.
They don't have
I
anything?
haven't even been able to file the complaint because they don't answer.
You have called them so many times? Yeah. All right. Well, let's go inside to see what they say. Let's ask them for the GRAMA paper to fill it up.
Okay.
And to make a complaint on the officer. Let's see what they say to you, okay? Let's go inside. Go ahead.
You fill out a GRAMA report to get videos and...
To get videos, the GRAMA request is on the counter right there.
Ask her for a complaint to complain an officer.
And do you guys also have a complaint form that I can have?
A complaint form? A complaint for what, against the officer? Or?
Yeah.
Just grab it and take it with us.
Let me fill this out.
No.
Thank you.
Here you go. All right, so we just came back down from asking for the papers. What was the difference between today and the last time you came by yourself without camera?
The last time they told me that I had to call a lieutenant to file the complaint. They told me I didn't need to fill out a GRAMA report to get the videos or any of that they would just give it to me. But I called them, they never answered. They haven't answered. So that was the difference. And this time she gave it to me with no questions asked. Last time they kept asking me questions. Why do I want the report? What happened? I feel like that was not their business. But if I hadn't told them, they weren't going to give it to me.
Okay. Well, last thing, what do you want to tell people out there,
That you have your rights. You do have your rights. Especially if you know you haven't done anything wrong and you know your car or whatever it is that the reason they pull you over or they're trying to attack you for, it's not true. You should just get a lawyer, comply at the moment and get a lawyer because they're not even going to know. When the officer did that to me, I didn't say anything to him. I tried to comply my best that I could. Even though on the inside I was raging and scared, I did it. I immediately contacted a lawyer and I immediately went to get the reports and I'm trying to still get a hold of the cameras that they won't even give me.
Right. Yeah, so just I hope a lot of people see this video and understand that you have rights and make sure you always record the police. But I understand why you didn't why you dropped your phone because you didn't want them to confuse it to a gun.
To a gun, yeah.
Especially how they were treating you like a criminal, right?
Yep.
So innocent young lady right here gets treated like a criminal. That has to stop. Police officers cannot be doing that. I think it's okay for them to do it. So hopefully this goes out and people see it and we'll see what happens here after that. We'll keep you guys informed. Thank you for watching. This is JMR Utah Concerned Citizen News. Crystal, thank you very much for coming out and doing the review with me.
Thank you.
Well, let's see what happens after this, and we'll be in touch, and we'll let everybody know what happens. Okay? Thank you. Crystal, one last question: was your car searched at the time they pulled you out of the car? Were they searching your car or anything like that?
Yeah, they did actually. When the officer pulled me to the side to explain to me what was going on, I saw another officer walk around and search my car with the flashlight. And my passenger as well saw it because my passenger was in the car. And I asked my passenger, did he just search my car? And they said, yeah, they searched your car.
So they left your passenger in the car, or
Yeah.
they took him out?
They left him in there. And I think when the officer saw him in there, I think he's like, oh, he left. But he flashed with his light inside.
Oh, okay. So he tried to search, but he saw someone in there. And
He still looked in there with him in there.
Yeah. So
He looked with the light, and I think he was just trying to find a reason for the
stop.
pulling me over. Yeah.
Right. All right. And you didn't give him permission to look inside your car.
Permission. He didn't ask me. He didn't tell me. I clearly saw him, and I saw him walk away from my car.
And did they search you?
They didn't search me physically. No.
Did they search your passenger?
No, but I think they wanted to see my passenger. He said, let's go explain things to your passenger, which was unnecessary.
Right.
I could have clearly told my passenger. Like I said, I think they wanted to see inside my car to see if they found something for the reason of pulling me over to justify what they did.
So no matter what they did, it's wrong.
Yeah.
As far as I know, the way I see it. But no matter what, he had time and a chance to double check his mistake, and he still went along with it and did a felony stop on you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you.